Hi, everybody. Tim Harrison, president of Soda. I want to apologize to start off with. We had a little bit of a mix-up with our Zoom links for our September meeting this year. A lot of new things happening with the way the world is at the moment. We got to do things online, and sometimes technology, things happen. So what I wanted to do is create a quick video here showing what we were going to discuss during our meeting. If you have any questions about any of this stuff, feel free to contact me. You can contact us through our website, sodadearborn.com, or on our Facebook group, or even through nextdoor.com. Go ahead and post any kind of comments in those platforms, or you can send them to me. I'll have my email address at the end of this video, and you can send us any questions you have, or if there's stuff that you would like to volunteer for, or you have ideas. I'd be more than happy to get that information from you as well. So we'll jump into this PowerPoint slide that I had here. So obviously we're not going to do call to order because we're not meeting. And our approval of minutes, Michelle is working on typing up the meeting minutes from our June meeting. She will email those out to any active members, and we have the email addresses for all our paid members, and you'll get a copy of the meeting minutes from June. Treasurer's report, our current budget is currently in our checking is $697.69. Our special savings is $431.36, and our regular savings we have $64.65. For newsletter, Michelle is working on creating a new newsletter that should be coming out shortly, and if you're a member, you'll receive that in the. I think she's doing mostly digital copies, and also mailing to certain people for the newsletter. So you should be seeing that shortly. If you don't see it, let us know, and we'll get you the newsletter when it's ready. Some of our ongoing business, as most of you know, we've done the park flower boxes at 5 of the parks in the neighborhood. Hopefully at some point we'll get the other 2. But I did want to give a shout out, one, to anybody that has been doing watering at the flower boxes. We really appreciate all the help there. And then I also wanted to give a shout out to Cameron Brown. Her and her family did some additional maintenance on the flower boxes this summer. Cameron is a Star Scout with the Scouts BSA Troop 1104 here in Dearborn. And this project that she did, helping to clean up the flower boxes, she used money that she raised by collecting pop bottles and cans. Her and her family, they weeded the flower boxes, put down new mulch, and this was part of requirements for a special award, the James M. Stewart Good Citizenship Award. So that was the reason she did this project, was to do the requirements for this award. So there's some before and after pictures here from Summer Stevens. And then some other ones here from Penn Vassar. You can see some of the weeds were kind of overgrowing some of the flowers, and here on the right, that where afterwards everything was cleaned up and mulch put down. So it's awesome that we got a scout from the neighborhood to come help out. She actually contacted us, so that was really cool that she was able to do that for the neighborhood and make our flower boxes, which are always beautiful, even more beautiful. Some wrap-up items. Since we've talked last, our Soda Chalk the Park event, so we did that in May 23rd at Penn Vassar, May 30th at Summer Stevens, June 6th at Szymanski Park, and June 13th at Oxford Park. These were ideas that we came up with because we couldn't do our spring meetups and some of the stuff that we would like to do meeting in person. This was at least a way that we could, get out to the park, get outdoors, give some positive reinforcement to our neighbors in some uncertain times when we weren't sure, what life was going to be, and were we going to be able to meet, or how things were going to work. So this was a fun little event, and it cost us nothing, that we can go out to the park and put some chalk drawings down, and we got a lot of positive feedback from that as well. So that was a really cool thing to do. Our summer event, so we still put on a summer picnic this year. We had a few people show up, and understandably, not everybody was comfortable with coming out, but I really appreciate everybody that did come out. We ordered pizza. We served the pizza the best we could with, gloves and masks and making sure that we weren't having everybody touch said pizza and stuff. So we were trying to be as safe as possible, but still try to get out in the park and still visit with our neighbors. So we did that on July 18th at the Whitmore Bulls Splash Pad Park, and it was a good afternoon. It was nice to see a few people, at least get out of the house for a little bit. Our summer beautification awards, which we do between June 1st and August 1st, Michelle's been working on that, and she's going to be sending out information to the people that won that award. If you've never seen those before, we have our members get a white soda logo, and then we have smaller stickers for a Halloween award, a holiday decoration award, and our summer award that you get to like put around there, and the little bubbles, I like to call them our soda bubbles, to display on your window. So those go out to anybody in the neighborhood, whoever's got the most beautiful yards for our summer beautification awards. And that will be Michelle will be sending that information out to those winners. When I have that information, we'll post it on the website. Our garage sale weekend was August 14th through the 16th. Honestly, we didn't really promote this all that much. I wasn't really sure how much we could be promoting public gatherings, but I did want to put it out there because it's, somebody's going to have a garage sale at their house. It's their responsibility to be safe, and for the safety of others that are going to visit their location. So we only ended up having 5 sale locations in the Soda area. But I have been, in the last couple years, I've been working with Snow Woods to help them put together their map and do their promotion for their sale weekend, which is also the same weekend. Also, we're doing it on the Michigan longest it's Michigan's longest yard sale weekend. So there's yard sales all across the state, basically down the Michigan Avenue corridor all the way across the state. So with that, we put out the locations on the website, and then we've been using the yard sale treasure map app, so you can get those locations on the app. The app is free to use, and it shows on the free version you get all the sale locations that day. There's also a paid version. You can see dates into the future, but in the paid version, the day of the sales, you can see the stuff on that app for free. So because I was doing stuff with Snowwoods anyways, we combined efforts on that. This year was the 10th year that Snowwoods has done what they call their street sale. So we had a total of 34 sale locations between Soda and Snowwoods. We duplicated that information on both the Soda website and the Snowwoods website, as well as everything in the yard sale treasure map app. And it was also posted to the US 12 Heritage website, which is what runs that Michigan's longest yard sale information on the web. So hopefully next year, we're going to continue doing this on that same weekend, and it'll be on the same weekend as Snow Woods. And I think it's great that we have, combined effort, and there's, more sales out there, hopefully driving, more traffic in, to hit the ones in Soda as well as the ones in Snow Woods. So hopefully we'll be able to do that again next year. Movie night in the park would have been September 19th. The board, we've discussed this, and we've decided to cancel that event. One of the issues with movie night in the park is always the cost for the movie license. If you're familiar with this event in the past, we've been paying for the movie rights to be able to display outside, and to be able to display outside in a public venue is extremely more expensive, and you have to pay for every single time that it's shown, when it's shown outside in public like that. Somewhere around $450 for one showing. We want to make sure that we're compliant with the law, and we don't want to get hit with any issues. The biggest one being that knowingly showing a copyrighted movie in the public like that, regardless of whether or not you own it personally, if you're showing it in the public like that and you knowingly show it, it's immediately a $10,000 fine, and we certainly don't want to have that issue. So we've been trying to keep on top of that and make sure that we're legit. The problem is right now, outdoor gatherings are currently limited to 100 people, and we felt that if we don't get at least 75 people or up to 100 people, it's not really worth that cost. And on the flip side of that, we're not sure, given the way things right now, if people are comfortable coming out. So then if we don't get, if we only get a few people to come out, then we spend all this money and we only have a few people come to the movie. And although I would love to put that movie on, I think it's a great event. In the have the kids are running around the playground. We're showing a movie. It's been a great event the last couple years when we've done it. We just felt like it wasn't something that made a whole lot of sense right now, given the fact that technically an outdoor gathering can't be more than 100 people currently, and given that cost. So we've decided to cancel that event for this year. So on to new business, in kind of replacement of the movie night idea, we've been kicking around this idea of doing a food truck event. The idea would be Soda would get the permit from the city to to have the food truck at Penvassar Park. Originally, we wanted to do it on the same day or around the same day as the movie night as a replacement. We're still working out the details on this. And then we would promote it to the entire community. So it's not just a Soda event. We promote it to the entire city. Come to Penvassar Park, order your food. We can use it to promote Soda, but then we wouldn't be encouraging large gatherings. Come get your food. If somebody wants to get their food and go someplace in the park and eat it with their family, that's fine. They want to pick it up to go, that's fine. We're just not looking at this as a gathering event where we're dealing with that 100 person number. This is a come get your food and then disperse kind of thing. At that point, I can't control what people do. They're going to do whatever they're going to do in the park, but we're not using it as a gathering event kind of thing. More information to come on that one. We're still working out the details. We still got to work out any possible funding that has to be done for that event. But we'll post stuff on our website and on the Facebook and Nextdoor.com sites, and send out emails to our members when we have more information on this food truck event. And hopefully it will be this early fall this year. Another event that we've done in the past is the Adopt a Tree Well. I just got information today, actually, from the Downtown Development Authority. They're going to do the Adopt a Tree Well event again. This is up on Michigan Avenue. We get a tree well. It's one of the spots where there's a tree along Michigan Avenue. We decorate with fall decorations. And then that runs from October 1st to November 7th. I did see a second date that was longer, but typically it's just for the 1 month. So I'm going to go with the October 1st to November 7th for right now. It might, depending on what happens, they might go a little later. Basically, it's got to end so that the city can then decorate for the Christmas holiday. But in the past, as you can see in the picture here, the tree that we've had has been in front of Moose's Martini Bar, between Moose's and Lutai there on Michigan Avenue. So hopefully we'll get that same spot. If not, it'll be in the same general area. I'll work it out with the Downtown Development Authority, and then they'll have a sign there with the Southwestern Outer Drive Neighborhood Association name on it. They're having new signs printed this year with the new Dearborn branding, to coincide with all the other branding stuff they've been using on the Michigan Avenue corridor there. So we'll be looking for volunteers for this one. This is one if you're interested in helping in decorating. We've done like a little scarecrow and some fall flowers. We've had painted rocks. We've had some different things in the past. So if you're interested in helping with this one, this is a kind of a quick and easy one. If you are willing to help out, or you have things you want to donate to the decoration effort, send us an email. Send me an email. Again, I'll have my email at the end of this video, and we can get you in contact with the people that whoever's going to work on this project. So we've got a little bit of time on this one, but it's a good one at least to get our name out there, and it shows that we're supporting the whole community, not just our little side of town. That we're also supporting Dearborn as a whole. Track or treat. So at Track or Treat would be October 25th. Again, we just don't really know with the way things are right now. I mean, again, there's the issue of outdoor gatherings of over 100 people not being allowed, and in the past we've had well over 1,500 to 2,000 people at Penvaster Park. Um, this one kills me if we're not going to be able to run it, but I'm kind of leaning towards the fact that it's not going to happen this year. Um, the Downtown Development Authority put out an email today that they've decided to cancel their trick or treating event on Michigan Avenue in the downtown area. Um, we're kind of in a wait and see stage with this one at the moment. Um, I'm just gonna be honest. I don't think it's gonna happen this year, which kills me. But um, hopefully, if it doesn't happen this year, we'll just do it twice as big next year. This is a great event for the community. It's a great event for the kids. So hopefully, if something changes in the next month, I don't know, but otherwise, we'll have to, focus our efforts on it for next year. Um, but again, if whatever information comes up, we'll post it to to our social media stuff and to our members and let everybody know on for Track or Treat. This one, so as many of you might know, I've been representing SOTA with the Healthy Dearborn Coalition. So last year we did an open streets event. We closed down a street on the south end, and then had it open for pedestrian use, games and biking and things in the street. We were supposed to have another event back in June, which would have been down Monroe, right down through into SOTA, which I was really looking forward to. Unfortunately, we're not trying to, especially the city's not trying to promote large gatherings, so that particular event was canceled. So in a different way to try to do something different but similar, this idea of the shared streets came up. So this project that we have been working on, Dearborn Healthy Streets, it's a pilot program that Healthy Dearborn's looking at, to adopt certain streets around the city as shared streets, that to promote healthy lifestyle, to promote social distancing, and then use the street for more than just car traffic. The streets aren't closed to car traffic, but signage would be put up, and then basically it would just be local traffic on those streets. So if you lived on that street, you can still drive down the street, you can still park in front of your house, you can get in your driveway. We're just discouraging, pass-through traffic on those streets, and then letting people know that there's possibly more biking or pedestrian traffic within the street area. That way, technically, if we're supposed to be 6 feet apart for social distancing, there's no way you can pass somebody on a sidewalk when the sidewalk's only 5 foot wide. This would allow for bikes and walkers to be able to spread out further and use the street more, with that thought that the signage is indicating to drivers, hey, look, we're using this as a shared street now, and there's potentially more pedestrian and bike traffic on this particular street. What that means to SOTA is we're looking at Penn Street for the SOTA area. So Penn Street, currently we're looking at all from Telegraph all the way to Outer Drive. The nice thing on Penn Street is you then connect the playgrounds and stuff at Nowlin to Penvaster Park to Szymanski Park, which is why that street was selected. Again, there's a lot of details that need to be ironed out with that whole program. The other streets that they're looking at is Wilson Street or Wilson Avenue, from Lovegood across to Outer Drive. Diversey Street, which is over in the Aviation neighborhood up in the northeast side of Dearborn, and then Akron Street, which is in the south end, and then it would be actually Akron, Dale, and Riverside Drive. Those three streets that kind of sort of line up over on the south end, on the the southeast side of Dearborn. Those four streets are the current pilot program. Again, a lot of work is still being done on that. There's approvals that need to go through City Council and working out all the details with DPW and the police and everything else and how this works. So as it gets more finalized, I'll put out more information on it. Currently, we're looking at October 1st through the end of November for this program, with the thought that if it snows sooner or issues like that, that it would end sooner, weather dependent. But right now, looking at October 1st through the end of November. If you want to find more information on this, you can go to healthydearborn.org/Dearborn Healthy Streets. There's a website there. That website currently is kind of a working document, a living document that is detailing the information. There's a map that shows the streets. There's some information there that shows like what the signage might look like on that street that's selected. And then there's some other working information on there for the groups that are working this out. This program's very similar programs are already happening in Ann Arbor, Traverse City, other places around the country, Chicago, Burlington. I'm forgetting the other cities, but there's lots of other cities around the country that are already doing these types of programs. So Dearborn's not the first, but it's one of the first in the area, with the exception of Ann Arbor. Ann Arbor is actually doing 30 streets right now, and we're only looking at 4. So if you have any questions on this, feel free to send me an email on this. Go to the healthydearborn.org, Dearborn Healthy Streets website to find out more. And as the program gets more finalized and we have a final street areas and lengths, I'll forward that information as well to everybody. Coming to the end here, we still have an open board position. We still need a secretary for the board. Secretary position would take notes at the general meetings and at our board meetings. Normally our general meetings run from September to May. December is usually a potluck, so we don't necessarily have a formal meeting that needs notes taken at that one. And then same as December, we don't always have a board meeting, and sometimes even January, depending on what's going on. So it's usually 1 to 2 meetings a month, 8 to 9 months out of the year. You'd be taking meeting minutes. And then the secretary basically keeps track of the member list and then sends out communications to our members through email or other means. As far as dealing with member lists and sending communications, those tasks do kind of get shared between myself and the treasurer, the other board members. We kind of share a lot of those tasks, so it's not really, the biggest thing is taking the notes and sending that information out to members. Everything else we kind of, as a board, we kind of work together. So if you're interested in being a secretary, for us, we would really appreciate it. It would take the burden off the rest of us to try to also take notes in the middle of trying to run meetings as well. And then fundraising chair, I've been touting this one for a while. We would really like to have a fundraising chair or a fundraising committee, which would be more than just one person, to work on fundraising projects, to come up with other ideas to raise funds for SOTA, so we can do more projects and do more things for the community. So if you're interested in that, send us an email. Drop us a note on the contact us page on the website or something, so we can get in contact with you if you're interested in either of those positions. Our next general meeting will be October 8th at 7 p.m. Again on Zoom. Unfortunately, all our meetings are going to be online until further notice at the moment. I confirmed with Dearborn Public Schools they're not renting their facilities currently. It sounds like that's up for change depending on if the schools go back to in-person. But even then, I'm not sure, what time will tell if we can get back into the schools or not. I did contact the city, several different departments between the city council and the rec department and the mayor's office about, if there's other locations that we could use if we had to have a public meeting, in-person meeting. Unfortunately, some of those, so an indoor gathering technically can't be more than 10 people. So, that could be, that's an issue as well. So I just kind of put the feelers out there just to see. We could rent a pavilion. We could always meet at Penvassar Park at the pavilion if we had to, because outdoor. if we had a meeting like this, we're liable not to have 100 people at it. If we can meet at Penvaster Park or something like that. But for now, we're going to meet on Zoom, and I will try to get the meeting link situation figured out for next month. Unfortunately, I had two meetings. I had the general meeting and I had our board meeting as two separate meeting IDs, and I flip flopped which one I posted for the general meeting. So if you tried to get on to the meeting and weren't able to, or you were just kind of sitting in the waiting room, I apologize for that mix-up, and we'll try to get that worked out for next month. So if you want to volunteer for anything, you have ideas you want, think that we could do. We need volunteers for the Adopt a Tree Well project. If you are interested in being on the board as secretary, or you have a burning desire to help in fundraising, send us a message through the website sodadearborn.com/p/contact us, or just go to sodadearborn.com and click the contact us button. You can send off a message there, or you can contact me directly, timothy.sean.harrison@gmail.com, and I'll do my best to get back with you. And we get you connected with the right people for any of the projects you might be interested in helping out in. So again, I apologize that our meeting didn't work out as it should have this month. Everybody's kind of in a learning stage here, trying to figure out technology and how to meet when we can't all meet in person. But I appreciate your patience. Thanks for taking the time, if you've made it this far through the video, to listen to me ramble on. And again, if you have any questions, please feel free to send me a message. I do the best I can to get you an answer, or get you connected to the right people to get you the right answer. Be safe, and we'll see you on October 8th on Zoom. We'll send out that link when it gets closer to that time. Thanks, everybody.